Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, November 2nd. Well, we're headed for a pretty nice stretch of weather for the next week or so. It'll be rather pleasant this afternoon and again tomorrow afternoon after chilly starts in the morning with some patchy fog and scattered frost around. Temperatures this morning are mostly in the low to mid 30s. Same thing will happen tomorrow morning, low to mid 30s for the most part, with some scattered frost and patchy fog, but then mostly sunny skies during the afternoon, and temperatures should approach 60 degrees, perhaps even surpass 60 degrees by tomorrow afternoon in much of the mid-Atlantic region. A cool front comes through Thursday night, paves the way for a little bit of a cool down for Friday and Saturday, but then a warming trend begins on Sunday, and by early next week, many mid-Atlantic regions will get back into the 60s, and it looks basically dry throughout this whole period. Well, let's take a look at the latest surface map. We have high pressure just sitting here in the mid-Atlantic region, dominating the weather for the next couple of days. Plenty of afternoon sunshine, but basically clear and calm nights that'll turn pretty cold as this morning turned chilly with some scattered frost. Same thing will happen late tonight and early tomorrow, but by tomorrow afternoon, again, we'll be approaching 60 degrees. Now, there's a cold frontal system. It's relatively weak, and it's now cutting through the upper part of the Midwest. It moves through our region late Thursday night into Friday, and looks like it'll be dry for the most part, maybe a few clouds associated with it, but all it should do is reduce our temperatures somewhat for Friday afternoon and on Saturday. Now, the big story today is another raging snowstorm out over Colorado. It's now spreading snow not only throughout much of southern Colorado, but it's spilling over into western Kansas and western Nebraska. Several inches of snow with very, very strong winds, blizzard conditions in many of the Colorado mountains, and even the Denver metro region should get several inches of snow along with those strong winds. This storm eventually moves to the east, heads towards the Carolinas, but it weakens as it reaches the Carolinas by the end of the week, and for the most part, all that precipitation will stay south of the Mid-Atlantic region. Here's the latest IR satellite loop. Again, just mostly clear skies from New England all the way down in the southeastern part of the country. Plenty of sunshine both today and tomorrow. Here is a band of clouds associated with that frontal system, and there are some showers and thunderstorms along that frontal system, but again, that tends to weaken as it comes into the east, as does this raging snowstorm right here in Colorado. It's sending snow now into western Kansas and southern Nebraska, as well as throughout much of southern Colorado. It drives to the south and east over the next several days, reaching the Carolinas by the end of the week, but loses a lot of its punch, and all of that precipitation looks like it'll stay south of the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's look at the computer forecast model for Thursday morning, Friday morning, and Saturday morning. This is the GFS model, and by tomorrow morning, high pressure continues to dominate. No precipitation here in the east. Again, we'll have mostly sunny skies this afternoon, another clear and cold night tonight with some patchy late night fog, and then mostly sunny skies again tomorrow. And after that cold start, temperatures both this afternoon and tomorrow should approach or perhaps even surpass by a little bit 60 degrees in much of the Mid-Atlantic. Meanwhile, here's that storm that's currently out over Colorado. It moves due east towards Missouri, but again, it'll tend to weaken as it comes even farther east on its way towards the Carolinas. In fact, let's jump ahead 24 hours. And here is the Friday morning computer forecast model. That storm that is currently over Colorado heads towards Missouri by tomorrow morning and then into the Carolinas by Friday morning. Notice all of its precipitation stays to the south of the Mid-Atlantic region. As it weakens a little bit, it'll send some decent precip into the Carolinas, but looks like no effect on the Mid-Atlantic region. And here's the Saturday morning map. That storm moves from the Carolinas on Friday to off the coast on Saturday. Should continue to move away, have no impact on the Mid-Atlantic region. Chilly high pressure takes over again for the weekend, and it'll be a relatively cool weekend. A little bit cooler on Saturday compared to Sunday, but then this high does move off the coast, and we warm up early next week, probably reaching the 60s for much of next week. In fact, next week in general looks well above normal in the Mid-Atlantic region. Probably the next chance for some cold weather, not until about the middle of the month. So that's it for now. A long stretch of nice weather here. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.